fastball. High drive into left field. Rice is looking up. She is gone. Home run, Carter.
That was nearly enough offense for the Mets, but Lenny Dykstra, who started the Mets offense last night, added this insult.
High fly ball into pretty deep right field. Back goes Evans on the track at the wall. Leaps, he can't get it. Home run for Dykstra. And what a picture Evans paints in right field.
To Bob Lobel a little later in this broadcast. On the field tonight, it looked like the Fenway Follies, but the real entertainment was outside the park.
This is hard to believe, but that's where Eyewitness Newsman Bill Shields caught some of the more bizarre moments of baseball bliss. And let's take you live now to Bill. He's at Kenmore Square. What happened tonight, Bill?
Well, I tell you, Jack, we can talk about a couple things. What happened in the ball game? My prediction was way out the door. Right now, we're on the rooftop above Kenmore Square. You've never seen so many people have Kenmore Square be so quiet. But before the game tonight, the Red Sox fans were in high spirits, of course, and that can sometimes mean some weirdness. But at the same time, there was also a very touching moment.
World Series programs, get him here!
It's not too often that a World Series comes to Fenway Park, so when it does, you tend to see a side of people that would otherwise remain hidden from public view. With the Red Sox in the World Series, people start doing some strange things.
I'm a Yankee fan from Connecticut, rooting for the Boston Red Sox.
Now that's really weird, but not as weird as this guy.
And Al would bear down and he nipped him.
Bring on the wagon, officers, but save some room for this gentleman.
I love it!
But with all the excitement around Fenway this evening, perhaps the most unusual moment was also a solemn one. It came just before game time. They gathered beneath the old bronze plaque on Yawkey Way. Norman Kerr and Claire Richardson would say their solemn vows before God and the Fenway faithful.
I promise to be true to you.
I promise to be true to you.
Amid the cheers of Red Sox fans, this couple from Agawam tied the knot at Fenway Park.
I now pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. Norman Kerr.
The rings were in place and the tears of joy flowed. Now they would enjoy a Red Sox game like they had hundreds of other times, right? Guess again.
I've never been to a game, no, not in Boston.
And you get married and go to a World Series game on the same night?
Right, right. So I'm sure I'm going to be a fan from here on in.
You see, this whole thing was the idea of the Justice of the Peace, who just had to see tonight's game.
The date had a special meaning to him. So I said, if they work today, I said, if you get down to Fenway Park, then you can do it there.
And you got him tickets.
I got him tickets.
And the newlyweds disappeared into the grandstands. But it was not much of a start of a honeymoon, I wouldn't think, after the way the Sox played tonight, the outcome of that game. But then again, speaking of honeymoons, it seems that like a lot of us, beginning of this World Series, thought the Red Sox were on some sort of honeymoon, but that has not turned out to be the case. This is Bill Shields reporting live from Kenmore Square.
All right, Bill, thank you very much. We saw some tears outside of Fenway Park, and there were a few tears inside Fenway Park tonight because the Sox managed a little eighth-inning rally, but the score was only 6-2. I imagine it's a pretty quiet night in the Sox dressing room.
I imagine it is. As a matter of fact, I think that wedding was the highlight of the Sox night. Bob Lobel is standing by live outside that room in Fenway Park. Bob?
All right, Elizabeth, we are actually on the field here at Fenway Park. You really have to look at it this way, and this is no apologies or making no excuses. This happens to be reality. If you came into this series, and at the end of 4 games, you're the Red Sox, and you were such a prohibitive underdog, you find yourselves tied at 2-2, and you have your 3 best pitchers ready, and you have to win 2 out of the next 3 games because it now becomes a 2 out of 3 series. You're in pretty good shape. You have Hurst going tomorrow night. He's rested. And you have Clemens going on Saturday. He's rested. And Oil Can Boyd rested for Sunday. So you're in basically great shape here. But the first inning tonight, Gary Carter, the pop-up behind first base. Buckner goes back, but he falls down. It was a tough play, but the ball drops. But Al Nipper, who was pitching with 17 days rest, came out strong. Here he strikes out Gary Carter to end the first inning, and there was no damage done on the Buckner foul pop. Sox had Ron Darling on the ropes early. First inning, bases loaded, but Darling gets Dwight Evans to ground into a fielder's choice, and they are out of the inning. Second inning play is stopped as balloons float on the field. Fans loving it. In the fourth, the Mets burst a balloon of their own. Al Nipper's balloon. They came up with 3 runs.
Fastball. High drive into left field. Rice is looking up. She is gone. Home run, Carter. And line drive to center, base hit. Henderson is charging. Strawberry being waved. The throw cut off by Buckner. So Strawberry is in. It's 3-0 Mets.
6th inning, Gary Carter on third, 1 out. Ray Knight lines to left field. Jim Rice throws Carter out on the plate. It was a great play, and at the time, it could have been a big play. But in the 6th inning, Baylor, a long fly ball to the wall. Mookie Wilson, who looks like he's playing left field all his life, a one-handed grab against the wall as the wind took it. And in the bottom of the 6th, after Evans walked, Gedman, a liner off the wall, and here's Mookie again. Gedman trying to go to 2, and he is thrown out at second base.
High fly ball into pretty deep right field. Back goes Evans on the track at the wall. Leaps, he can't get it. Home run for Dykstra.
Shades of Dave Henderson in California. Slow motion shows the ball did hit Evans' glove and falls into the bullpen. It would have been a terrific catch, but it turned into a home run for Dykstra, his second in 2 nights. And in the 8th inning, Gary Carter did it again. His second home run of the night against Steve Crawford over everything in left. Sox do come up with 2 runs in the 8th inning. The final is 6-2 the Mets. But look at it this way. It's now a 2 out of 3 series. The Red Sox have their 2 best pitchers rested, Hurst and Clemens. So you just can't be in a better position than that unless, of course, you won all 4 games. So that's the rationalization for the moment here at Fenway Park. In great shape as well. Standing by live outside the Red Sox dressing room right now is Bob Newmeyer. Let's throw it to him. Newmy?
All right, Bob, thank you very much. Sox manager John McNamara was the guy who made the decision to push back Clemens and Hurst and give Al Nipper a shot to pitch in Game 4. And, John, I imagine you can't be disappointed with the effort that Nipper gave you tonight.
Not at all, Bob. He pitched 6 very good innings for us. He gave up the 2-run home run to Carter, but we just didn't help him offensively. He threw 97 pitches in those 6 innings, and we felt that that was enough for him. But he did a good job. He kept us in the ball game. He did his part.
People will talk about Gary Carter's 2 home runs and Dwight Evans' near miss on the catch, but 11 men left on base is going to be the big story tonight.
Well, that's the story of the ball game. We had opportunities, but we didn't cash in on the opportunities. And in the last 2 ball games, our bats have gone silent, and hopefully they will snap out of it tomorrow night because it's a 3-game series now. But really, we're going with our 3 best pitchers. If it goes to 7, hopefully it won't on our side, but they will all come in with their full complement of rest.
Let's talk about hitters. Bill Buckner left 5 men on base tonight. And when's the last time you've seen Wade Boggs go 0 for 5 in a ball game? I can't remember that.
No, well, it's you'd really have to search back to find out. Those things happen. It's a 3-game series is what it is. We start even tomorrow night. Whoever's the best in the 3 games, they'll walk away the world champions, and I hope it's us.
You believe in this business that Mets fans will be talking about all the momentum they have now? Is that an element that exists in this sport of baseball?
I don't believe so, no, because we're all professionals, and we'll be out here tomorrow night, and tonight's ball game will be in the record books. It's past, it's behind us. The slate is clean tomorrow night. We start brand new again.
One last question, John. Do you like the position you're in? You have your 3 best pitchers. You're even, Steven. You've got 4 days rest with your 3 best guys.
I do, yes. I'd rather have it 3-1 or have it over with tonight. But going into we're ready. We will have no excuses if anything goes the wrong way. We have the pitching ready and hope the bats come alive, and it's going to be an interesting finish to this thing.
All right, John. The Mets get the equalizer here tonight at Fenway Park. The series even at 2 games apiece. Bob?
All right, Newmy, you got to like it. He says we will have no excuses. We have everything where we want it. Unless, of course, it was 3-1 or 4-0, but they have no excuses. Their 2 best pitchers are ready, and Oil Can Boyd will be ready Sunday.